Hi guys, I'm Ahmed and this is Fans View TV. Joining me is Daniel, a Manchester United fan. How are you doing, Daniel? Good evening.
Yeah, very well, Ahmed. Thanks for having me. How was your day, or has been your day, rather?
Cool, cool. We got the breaking news this evening that Ten Hag is to continue as Manchester United boss. So how do you feel about that? Are you happy with the news?
Yes, I'm very excited. Obviously, I have always, you know, aired my views regarding changing of management right now in Manchester United. Also, with all the rumors that prior to now have been in the media regarding the coaches from Tuchel to the Zebi to um, what these other coaches that were linked to Manchester United jobs again. If you
Southgate
look
and
at
all that.
Southgate and all that. So if you look at these categories of coaches, look at their resumes, their play style, and all that, there is no correlation. All of them actually they differ in tactics, they differ in how they approach their games, how they prepare their teams, how they manage their players and the squad at large. And then from same media, the rumors, coming from Carrington, where they are saying, oh, the team wants to play some sort of like high possession, um, high press football, and all that stuff. You look at these coaches, aside the Zebi, none of these coaches really play that kind of football. And then the Zebi didn't do himself much of justice, to earn the role or the job at Manchester United. Because if he can't do it at Brighton, obviously he can't do it at Manchester United, given the weight, of the job Manchester United. We know the media is gonna, come rushing at you, they will almost want to swamp you and all that, the whole pressure that comes with it. So I looked at all these critically. I knew there was no direction to go. You get Xabi Alonso stays back. Pep Guardiola is the manner he's been speaking to the media the last couple of weeks and all the rumors, he's basically has just like one more season. KDB is talking about Saudi Arabia. It's almost like the end of the era, so to say. Klopp is out. Ange is there in Tottenham. Liverpool and what was that his name? And lots.
And a slot.
And a slot, yeah, and a slot is come to Liverpool. So you look at the Premier League, like really, aside from Pep and Ateta, there's no point right now, saying you are relieving Erik Ten Hag of his job. You understand? So for me, I a larger part of what I've always thought was towards the direction of Erik Ten Hag staying back. I believed he would have stayed back because I looked at it. There's actually no manager in the market better than him. Secondly, the club is saying rather that they are looking to go the direction of youth. Average age of 23. And then, like I pointed out a couple of weeks back, looking at Erik Ten Hag's resume, he has shown, in the last couple of years in the previous roles or previous jobs he had prior to the Manchester United job, that he does excellently well with what's it called, young crop of players. Because there was something that Ferguson was quoted to say. He said that players would always die for that one manager who gave them their first chance. And so you are looking at the number of young stars he's been bringing them to join first team training, having them listing them on the bench to travel to Europe, travel for FA Cup finals, travel for FA Cup games. Not all of them got to play, you understand, but just the whole them being listed, what it brings to them, the confidence, the hope, and all that. And so if you look at it, there is no and something again, the big signal was Manchester United requesting 45 million quid from Dortmund. That was, I think, for me, that was the deal breaker for me. That was when I knew, okay, Erik Ten Hag was going to stay.
Okay, do you feel Manchester United board? Do you feel they are keeping Ten Hag because they trust Ten Hag or because there's
I
no
don't think I don't think it's because they entirely trust Erik Ten Hag. I think largely it's because they think they don't have an option, and then maybe also because of the cry of the fans. For the first time in the last 10 years, a larger chunk of the fan base, both locally in Manchester and internationally, are behind the manager. For the first time, probably maybe aside from Mourinho connected with the fans, yeah. But I think Erik ten Hag connected much more with the fans and the players. For the first time, a coach post Sir Alex Ferguson is performing or he's having his team struggle with their on-pitch form, but he has not lost his dressing room. He has maintained his dressing room. These coaches are saying it. The players are saying it. Some voices are... So aside from what of all these media houses who are looking to make a meal off Manchester United news are saying, a lot of people are coming out to say, those who are very, very close to this club are saying that, look, this dressing room is bubbling. This dressing room is full of life and energy. These lads want to play. You could even hear last 4 or 5 days, Luke Shaw's interview with the Three Lions. You could hear all these things, and you see it, that these lads want to play for this. Just somehow it's not happening. And I'm saying, let's give this coach a 3rd year, give him a 4th year. Let's stick with this coach. Let's build something. You're looking to phase off these old legs. And for me, so to answer your question, I think largely it's about maybe much more towards they not having an option. And then again, the fact that the fans are beckoning, the players are beckoning. We need this man. We want to stay with this man. Some ex-players, some of the you see the interviews that this coach from South Africa, the striking coach, what's his name again? Remind me.
Benny McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy. You see his interview also sometime last week. You see, when you listen to all this, I'm Tom Huddleston too. Huddleston gave an interview too. I don't know if you've seen that interview also.
No, not yet.
Yeah, I saw the interview. It was yesterday. I saw the interview. Right, yesterday I saw the interview. So I listened also. So you hear all this, and come on, man. But whatever the case is, I'm actually happy. It's a win-win for Erik. And I'm very honest with you. If they go into the market right now, this is the time. Go into the market. The transfer window is wide open right now. Rumors have it strongly coming off London now, that Central London, that Chelsea have agreed a personal term with Olise. More likely he's going there. For me, it's even a good thing that Chelsea is packing all these young guys. They should go and deal with the confusion there. I think it's going to even help Manchester United now narrow it down, because what it was rumored that Crystal Palace was asking of Manchester United, at the end of the day, I don't think Chelsea is going to pay that high and all that. So it's time. The Ineos group swings into action. They begin to get the players they should bring for the club, strengthen the central defense, the central mid, strengthen the left back position. I don't know Benjamin Sesko. I hope he doesn't go to Arsenal. I actually hope Manchester United can have Benjamin Sesko.
This morning it was reported that he'll be extending his contract at Leipzig.
Oh.
But do you feel the Ineos group disrespected Ten Hag by discussing?
Oh yes. Without a holding, I agree to that. I agree. I'm of that school of thought that they disrespected him. I think this was dragged way too long. I think this is way over 3 weeks. The week before the finals, the FA Cup finals, a night before the FA Cup finals, the rumor that heralded the whole universe, if you ask me. And then post the finals, end of the season, it kept on dragging, rumors, and all that. So I felt they took too long to break the news. It was disrespectful to the manager, knowing also that they were speaking to coaches, some coaches, and to the extent that it was rumored that there was a meeting held between Sir Ratcliffe and Tuchel in Monaco in the last, I think it was 3-4 days ago. So it's for me, it's disrespectful. if they had been doing whatever they have been doing and was able to maybe manage the media, it would have been better. But there was a lot of news, a lot of cry, too much noise, you know. But then again, it's the Manchester United job. It's expected, but the silence was too long. It meant disrespect for me.
So, what do you think will happen to Jadon Sancho now that Ten Hag is staying?
I'll be honest with you. With or without Ten Hag, with or without Erik Ten Hag, Manchester United, if Manchester United actually say they are the club they claim to be, with rich history, tradition, you know, Sancho shouldn't have a business with the club. He disrespected the club.
What if he apologizes?
No, it's late then. It's late then.
But if he gets to, if you listen to Benny McCarthy said Ten Hag just told him to apologize, that he will take care of the rest. Just apologize.
Yeah, Ten Hag, by taking care of the rest, what Benny meant he would have gone to the media and faced the media. You know, Erik would have taken the bullet. Let's not forget that he took bullets for Sancho for 3 months on a stretch. When he first took the job, he took bullets for Erik, for Sancho. 3 months on the stretch.
And do you know that Sancho has forgotten that period that he was away from United for 3 months? That was when Ronaldo left. So they needed Sancho in the team because Ronaldo left, and Sancho was nowhere to be found. Ten Hag, he went to hide him in Holland, and for him to come and do this now, come on.
What pisses me off?
I just feel if he apologizes, Ten Hag will forgive him. I just have that feeling.
What pisses me off the most actually is that people are making this seem like Sancho's poor form began when Erik took the job.
Yeah.
We forgot that he never performed under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ten Hag never signed him. Ole signed him. Are we forgotten that Ole was on overlap? And he talked about the struggles of Sancho when Sancho came to Manchester United. So there you come, Erik. Erik had a one-on-one, had the club, employ you a personal psychologist, employ you personal trainers, moved you away from England, away from distraction and all that, moved you to Holland, got you fit again. Did you see Sancho? Sancho was all ripped and fit. For 3 months, it's more like a cadre course, a military cadre course. And then at the end of the day, he came back. I could remember then I was like, revamp Sancho, we are killing it and all that. I was all hyped up. I'll be honest with you. I was all hyped up. Because I could remember the game. It was more like a second debut when he came off the bench.
Yeah, and even the fans backed him. Like,
yeah, they heralded him and all that, because it was more like, it was like a second coming, the waiting of the Lord Jesus Christ. It was more like a second coming, bro. Like, you get the vibe. So then for you to want to make it seem like you're targeted, you're trying to be painted a villain. For me, I think that's not you being a humane enough as a human. I think that's you, trying to throw punches at someone who is even your enemy. So fans, that's it. I actually feel so ashamed of any fan who makes it seem like it's Erik's fault here. No, Sancho have actually not played good prior to Erik signing for Manchester United. So for me, with the way he conducted himself and all that, going to Dortmund, all those media stuff, the stunts, when he signed, it was more like trying to kind of like take a dig at Manchester United. And if you ask me, let's be very honest, he's played nothing since signing for Dortmund on loan. He only had, if you ask me, just a couple of flashes, and then they said he had. Look at the game.
He plays well in one game, then he goes off in the next 4 games. He plays well.
The semi-final, even the Champions League semi-final, they are heralding him. If you really go and look at the so-called dribbles, they resulted to nothing at the final third. I think we spoke about this and we had to critically go and rewatch.
I watched it again.
It was more like trying to shame the club and shame whatever. But if you ask me, he disrespected the club. He is unprofessional. If you ask me, a lot of there's a law that is demanded. It's a demand for any player that suits up for Manchester United, the jersey is heavier than any individual. There's no one. I always say I'm of the school of thought where I believe that there is no one single individual that is greater or that is more powerful than an institution. If an institution is unable to function as a result of one man, then it begs the question if they're even an institution at the end of the day. So if you ask me, Sancho has no business in Manchester United. With Erik Ten Hag being the manager, but glory to God, I'm so very excited we've got Erik at least for one more season.
So now that Erik has delivered 2 trophies in 2 years, what do you expect from Erik next season? Because I feel he's going to be more like he's going to be very bossy. I
expect first off, I expect a more pragmatic, a proper manager right now, more like a more pragmatic manager who is not ashamed to conform to what he sees on the pitch. What I mean is, in terms of the way he prepares his team, the way he presents them, his willingness to tweak formations in-game. I'm talking in-game management, not being shy to sometimes. I was listening to, I don't know if you've seen the overlap, the Vieira, where Vieira was hosted recently. So today I watched it today. Happened to watch it today. So they were talking about Roy Keane made mention at one point where he was like, the Arsenal team, they had Henry, they had Pires, they had quite a bunch of very skillful, pacey, very direct footballers at Arsenal at the time. So they sort of like made it very difficult for the Manchester United players because they were slightly more older and all that. So they were not shy to sit back. So that was talking about Jam Stamp and all the lads who were not shy to, call out at the Manchester United defenders, and Phil Neville, Gary, and all Fletcher, all them to sit on a low block and then sort of like take some moment to just absorb these guys before they go. So like it's not a shame to sit back. So I'm actually hopeful to see a proper manager this time around, someone who is not ashamed to sit back when he should sit and hit on a break, go 2 goals, 1 game up, manage the game, win. I'm also expecting much more better from the players, honestly, if they're able to stay fit, because I think this time around the players are actually going to fight for the coach. It's going to be serious war this time around. So I think I'm expecting a more matured manager. If you listen to his interview when he went to Netherlands, Erik offered an interview in Netherlands. I think it was last week, Ed. Where he was talking about how there is no chance in England. They are always fired. The media, fans, everybody is on you. They are saying things that are not happening, rumors here and there. So I think he's better informed. Also, I don't know if you've seen the Van Gaal brief comment also.
Yeah, I saw the one of Van Gaal.
Yeah. So Erik, if you ask me now, is more informed. He knows what he's going to face or when he's high. He knows what he's going to face when he's low. So I think on both ends, he has actually tested both ends of the spectrum. And then I'm expecting a much more confident manager next season. Very proactive, not shy, bullish in a sense, positively bullish in terms of both on the pitch and towards the players. He's going to actually demand
even with the media.
Even with the media. Yeah, I'm actually going to also expect a manager who's going to demand much more from his players and who's not going to be shy to sit out players, and play the guys whom are willing to play. So in all, first off, my expectation at the beginning of the season is to see a confident team which is actually going to go out there to try to see how they can impose their playing style on their opponents. That's personally what I'll be looking out to see at the beginning of the season. Within the first 4 games of the season, I'll try to firstly see what they intend to play, how they intend to play, and their abilities to, read the game, in-game play management and all that. That's actually what I'll be looking at in the first, say, 3 to 5 games of the season.
Okay. So what's your final thought before we round up?
Erik Ten Hag staying, big win if you ask me for Manchester United. I think this is the first time we're having a manager post Alex Ferguson stay out 3 seasons. Am I right? Yes. He's the first manager who's
only not spent 3 seasons at United.
2.5 really. Is it 3? Excuse me. I think this is the first time we're going to have like a manager, Well, okay, let's say a manager starts 3 seasons. Let's say, yeah. So I think it's healthy for the club. It's healthy for the club. I've considering the position where the club is currently. So for me, it's a win-win situation for the management of the club, the fans, and the coach, the coaching crew at large. So I'm looking now to see what's going to happen. Is Benny McCarthy going to be given a new contract? Is he going to, stay in the club? Though he was saying if he stays or not, if he doesn't, he will be looking at maybe exploring, a coaching job and all that, which is what he has actually always wanted to do post football. So I think having Manchester United on his resume is actually like is a big boost for his career. So it's a win-win. So next thing I actually want to see the moves in the transfer market. If you ask me, I wouldn't want us to make. I require or I hope for a hasty, not really a hasty, for a fast, if quick and effective, efficient movement in the transfer window. But then again, considering the Euros kicking off next couple of days, I think they may sort of like have to slow down. But I want to see the club head towards Eastern Europe. I want to see the club head towards South America to get us proper players who are hungry. I just hope they would. I just hope they would. A couple of players from those areas who are really hungry, who really want to play football, and then maybe also some of the Schengen countries to get us a crop of players who are willing to play, who knows how to listen, who knows how to how will I say endure or accept being people being tough on them, who knows how to accept coaching, because I think it's a struggle in England. Most of the players don't know how to accept coaching. Yeah, you really need those group of players who are willing to listen to coaches. So young players also are they sort of like Fergie said, and I quoted earlier, sort of like respect. And Fergie said they would almost die for that coach who gives them their first or biggest opportunity. So I want to see that happen. A couple of young players come in. I'm hopeful though. I'm hopeful, fingers crossed. So we'll see what happens from there.
All right. Thank you very much for joining me. See you next time.
Thanks, Ahmed, for having me. Yeah, do have a good night. Ciao. Yeah.
All right.